The Tornado Tony Drago was another player who needed a win to keep his hopes alive. We join his match against former US Open champion Jeremy Jones, tied at 4-all.
Break for Raxic.
This is nice work as well, watching Jeremy Jones and Tony Drago in a tight match. The big break of Jeremy Jones about to be unleashed. Destroy the diamond for us, Jeremy.
Lost the cue ball a little there and hasn't got a shot on the one.
Yeah, it could have been an easy rack. He's put 3 balls down on the break. Watch them run for gravity.
Yeah, the cue ball was drawn back there.
Yep.
But it has a pretty elementary safety there. Could put Tony in some trouble.
Well, he does. But, you know, he does have another option. He's also a bank shot player. He could bank that ball back into the corner and have a really a two-way shot there as well, because if he missed
go
it, the
down
one,
for the 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if he missed it, the one ball would be out in the center of that rail, leaving nothing.
Yeah, a good one-pocket player, so he's accustomed to the banks.
All depends on what he is most comfortable with doing. Tony Drago giving a fingernail a work out there.
I think he'll try and keep the pressure on Tony and play safety.
Yeah, I agree. That's the smart ploy right now. Oh, and a good safety it is.
Or is it? I think he's let the gap, the tunnel.
I believe he can see the edge of that one. They get a safe thrown right back his way. No, Jeremy has a shot here. You know, I always, Drago, you have to let him play at his pace, at his rhythm, but his rhythm doesn't give him much chance to analyze a shot. I mean, I know he's a very instinctive player, but.
Yeah, but Tony, when he's on song and in his rhythm, he can really blow people away. But as you said, he does shoot very fast and can make some unforced errors sometimes.
That shot not working out the way Jones had planned.
Tony takes no time to get down on this one.
You know, another thing I've noticed over the years watching.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
We'll get back to that in a moment. That's a brutal result. While he studies it, one of the things I've noticed watching Drago over the years is that sometimes the speed of his play, his pace, throws his opponent off of their pace.
Oh yeah, it can be very intimidating to play against Tony. I mean, if the guy's running out the rack in the matter of seconds, I mean, it's hard to cope with, even for the best of players.
Foul shot, ball in hand.
Well, Drago has harmed himself now, giving up ball in hand. There's no one to blame but himself.
Yeah, it was kind of unlucky to go behind that 5 though.
Well, you can see him beating himself up a little bit.
Yeah, I like this shot Jeremy's playing. Just has to roll the cue ball forward, doesn't have to do too much work to go down table for the 5. Reduces margin for error, just rolling the ball forward instead of trying to draw it or stun it.
Yeah, I believe it's a lot easier to place a cue ball on a tiny spot when you're following rather than trying to draw. The draw shot,
Exactly.
you can overcook it, undercook it so easily.
Yeah.
This a bit overcooked.
Yeah, he's gonna run into the 8 here when he makes the 7.
That'll send him back to the table.
But I think what he can do is hit the side rail and bump the 8 ball out towards the center of the table.
Won't see too much pace on this shot.
Yeah, that's
Good
what he
call,
did.
Imran. So,
This is no hanger, though.
yeah, I was going to say, this is not a great penultimate shot. This one can be missed.
He's got to try and stay loose on this shot.
Tough to do with all the pressure in this event.
Oh,
Wow.
Hits it with authority there.
Wow. Jeremy Jones unleashing on the 8 ball. Sends it home in the corner. 9 ball awaits that same fate. Jones over Drago by 1. Score 5-4. Whoa, the block Dickens. Tony having a chat with some folks in the crowd. We'll take a look at just what went on in this last rack. My, that was some shot.
It was, yeah.
Now, Tony looking back over his shoulder at the result of his break.
Left the cue ball kind of central once again.
Yeah.
And has a shot on this too, but not easy to get position on the 3 here.
Well, the 3 will cannon into the side off of the 6, but then he's got to worry about what happens to the 6 ball.
Right. I think he's gonna. He tried to hold for it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it sneaks in the side pocket. Oh, it does.
My.
It was a great shot.
Tony showing us he's got touch as well as power.
Of course, he's got touch from playing snooker. Oh, spoke too soon there.
Well, bit of frustrating showing through the winds of the tornado. He just
That's
hits
the
the jaw.
kind of shot that Tony's liable to miss sometimes because he shoots so fast, you know?
Yeah. He hit that jaw full in the face. And can only sit in his chair and lament now.
Tony took a few more seconds on each shot. I think he'd make every shot. He wouldn't miss a ball.
I have to.
But that's the way he plays, and
I know.
it's not for me to say, you know, that he likes playing that way.
Can't expect a man to change his style, but it
No.
does seem like rushing through the rack sometimes harms him. I had a friend of mine who played at just about Drago's speed, a very instinctive player as well, and I once asked him what his aiming system is. He says, aiming system? What's an aiming system?
Just get down and shoot.
Just get down. Your arm will tell you when it's on.
No problem here for Jeremy.
Well, Jones about to stretch his lead to 2. Drago has good cause for concern now. It is he that created this opportunity for Jeremy. And he that now suffers the result. He trails Jeremy Jones 6-4, and it's a race to 8. Jeremy's getting awfully close to that finish line. Drago, well, he needs to make something happen, and he just needs to make it happen very, very quickly. Of course, everything he makes happen very quickly, doesn't he?
Trailing by 5 racks to 4.
Do you find the game gets easier as you get closer to the finish line, or do the nerves start to build a little bit more?
A bit of both, actually. Depends what kind of character you are. Some people play better when they get to the finish line. Some people, start missing towards the finish line.
Right. Well, I've heard it said that the toughest games to win are the first one and the last one.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Jones puts the 2 ball away. He'll soon put the 1 ball to rest as well. And
That's a pretty easy 1-3, but the 4 or 5 could be a problem.
yeah,
4 doesn't go into the corner pocket, so may elect to play safe on the 4.
not totally satisfied with that shot. You can see Jeremy shake his hand. Wants to take a little look. Oh, he wants to come to the right side of the table so that he can play that 4 across into the other corner pocket, the only corner available to the 4. I don't see how he's going to get there. Yeah. Oh my.
Tried to break open the 4 or 5. It was a good effort as well.
And now, does he have enough of that 4 to play it into the side, or is he going to have to find a place to hide?
It's fraught with danger playing that 4 in the side, Jerry. I think he's going to opt for some kind of safety.
Yeah.
I don't think you can see enough of it to make it in the corner.
No, and I have to agree with you, Imran. I mean, why take a chance of letting your opponent come within 1 rack of you?
Exactly.
If you can find a place to hide.
He's got a nice lead. He doesn't want to throw it away. Yeah, trying to go behind the 6 and plays it very well. Good safety there by Jeremy. And Tony just gets right down and hits that 4 and snookers him back.
Well, I
Well,
believe.
nearly.
Yeah,
You
I
can
believe
slightly
Jones can
see
see
the
it.
edge. Yeah. Oh, he can snooker Tony right back again. And stun up behind the 7. Send the 4 right down table. Yeah, I think Tony's going to be in trouble again here.
If you don't have a break and run, the key to 9 ball is controlling the rack. And Jeremy's doing a pretty good job of that at the moment. Deny opportunities to your opponent. Oh my. Almost kicked that in, but again, we're not playing hand grenades. You've got to get closer than just close.
Yeah, and has left another easy opportunity for Jeremy.
If Jones gets through this rack, he'll be on the hill. Would only need 1 more rack to go his way to notch his 2nd win, and virtually assure himself of making
He's got to
a
watch
place in
that
the
8
final
ball.
64. Oh.
That's very careless by Jeremy.
Yeah, you heard him slam his cue stick into the floor. Frustration.
Should have been nowhere near that 8, really.
This is how that's happened to him. Boy, the speed that cue ball had to nestle right up against the 8. That's a bitter pill. He's looking at coming down toward that corner pocket from which he's walking away and going 2 rails into the 5.
I think he's playing this 4 rails actually. One. Yeah, he played it 4 rails, but
well, he fouled
the 8,
along
yeah.
the way. We're playing all ball fouls here. Drago with a golden opportunity now. Just a moment ago, he was on the verge of extinction.
and it's very vital that Tony takes this rack.
Yeah, he can get right back into this match.
It should have no problem from here.
Crowd shows its appreciation of the touch.
Nice positional shot there.
It's got to make a player's heart glad to get that kind of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Tony just trails by 1 rack now, 6-5.
That was a rather interesting course through that rack. More interesting for Mr. Drago than Mr. Jones.
That's a very good break by Tony there. Has a shot on the 1. If he makes it, should have an easy table to level up the match.
Which format do you prefer, the alternate break or the winner break?
I actually prefer the winner breaks myself, yeah. I think it favors the better player. You know, can run a load of racks, run packages, as they say. And the weaker players can't do that as often as the better players, so I think it favors the better players.
Drago rushing through again. Boy.
Just a little bit short of pace there, but has a nice angle to get down table for the 7.
Never studies a shot too long. What a great feel for the game.
Yeah, great first instinct Tony has.
And just like that, Drago has come back into a tie with Jeremy Jones. We're knotted up at 6. It's a race to 8. First man to win 2 will take this victory home. It's always surprised me how momentum can get up and change chairs in this game.
Yeah, and it's right towards the end of the match with Tony's picking up his momentum.
There's Group 8. Johnny Archer comfortably through. He's played 2 and won 2. Other players in that group waiting the result of their next match.
Jeremy Jones to break 6 racks each.
They can't be unhappy with this.
No, a big powerful break there by Jeremy. And wasn't going to have a shot on the 1, but the 7 is just bumped it into shape.
That side pocket on this table has been messing with the 1 ball all week long. It's been, the 1 ball drives into the nose of the side.
Right.
You never know where it's going to wind up. Straight in on the 2 ball. So he'll be elevating the end of his cue stick to draw back to get shape on the 3. Or if he likes the long shot, he can just stop it right there. He's got a clear shot in the open.
Yeah,
but
I think he's going to try and get closer to this 3 ball. A bit too close and left himself a rather thin cut here.
Well, the cut is thin, but at least now shape is automatic. He'll come out 2 rails and be right in line with the next shot.
Has to play this with a bit of left-hand side, though.
Okay, now why the left-hand side?
Because when it hits the second rail, it would check up like that, and the cue ball would stay in the middle of the table.
Ah, good. So that allows you to play the shot with the kind of firm stroke you'd like and still kind of kill the cue ball.
That's right, and still maintain your position.
Jeremy likes to signal the cue ball, likes to tell it what he wants it to do. You saw him sort of tapping the table there with his hand. That's his order to slow down.
Yeah, and just can roll the 6 in, play the 7 to the corner.
Only bad thing that could happen here is if that 8 were to wind up as a blocker, and I'm sure that Jeremy, being aware of that, will take steps to prevent it, and he does. Our referee, Michaela Tabb, paying close attention to the action here. Well, now he's got to do a little traveling with that cue ball.
Yeah, just needs to go down the table. Just a 1 rail shot and come back down for the 9. They might choose to play at 2 rails. Preference here.
So, 1 ball away from being on the hill. Jeremy Jones, oh so close to another win. He needs 1 more rack to cement his 2nd victory of the week. And Drago needs to win this match to keep his hopes alive.
Yeah, nice break and run there by Jeremy.
Nice it is to see those balls fall.
Rack 14, Tony Drago to break, trailing by 7 racks to 6.
Step 1 for Drago, a break and run right here. Boy, he squatted that cue ball nicely.
Yeah, he does that very well. Unfortunately, the 1 ball's gone right down to the bottom of the foot rail. Can only play safe here.
Not what he wanted to do. He would much rather be in an aggressive situation here. Now he's got to be patient. I'm not sure I'm not sure that's one of his strong suits.
No, but negotiated a safety shot very well there.
Indeed. Now, do you prefer to kick this shot or jump?
I don't see what he could really. I don't see a very good outcome for a kick shot, so I might elect to jump here. There's not many balls to hide down the end of the table.
Right.
If he elects a kick shot here, not many good things could happen. So I might choose to jump here.
Well, he's measuring up the angle for a kick. But I agree with you. He's got to really make something happen here for
Yeah.
this kick shot to work out for him. Could be creating an opportunity for Drago.
There you go. Didn't have much cover down the end of the table there. Maybe to attack was the better option.
Well, Drago has the door open. Let's see if he can get through it.
Nice little kiss there. Leaves him a shot on the 4. Can just draw back slightly for the 4 on the side. And this should be plain sailing to level up the match.
We have had so many double hill matches this week, Imran, on this table. It seems like we see two or three of them a day.
That's always going to happen with this alternate break format, you know. 2 good players are going to keep their serve most of the time.
Kind of a cruel way to lose a match when you lose by 1 game.
Yeah, it is. But that's pool.
Tony Drago gets right back in it. We are tied at 7.
Well played, Tony.
It's come down to a race to 1. One of these players 9 balls away from a win. The other one, well, you know what happens there. Tony always brings such a positive attitude to the table. You know, I've never seen him frown. I've never seen him get down. I mean, just briefly after a shot, sure, but he never comes out and insults.
No, he's always a very confident player. Will try and steamroll you whenever he can.
Yeah.
Thank you. The final rack. Jeremy Jones to break.
Jeremy Jones about to take it apart.
Good break by Jeremy there. Elected to cut the break slightly there to avoid any kind of scratches. And as I said, the 1 ball's banking before the side pocket and going over to the corner pocket. So that was a good break there.
I'm looking for problems that he might face later on. Do you see anything that would disturb you?
I don't see anything really too hard here. Just got. He's overdone that slightly.
And you just saw Jeremy give the sign of, oh, why did I do that?
But it should be okay. I think he can miss the 7 and bounce off the foot rail, come back down for the 4.
It
Or
looks
he could-
like, yeah, he's going to draw
He's
to the
gonna draw
side.
it, yeah. Just as good.
I don't believe he's got the room to go the 2-rail route here. I think he'll just come down to the foot rail and back out.
Yeah. Yeah, the 8 is in the way for the 2-rail route.
So he's got to avoid all that traffic coming back off the foot rail and getting there.
Yeah, could elect to slow roll the 4 in and have a shot on the 5 in either the corner or the side pocket.
Be a pretty good option.
Oh, chose to bump the 8 and
That was
stay
risky.
on the 5.
There were some bad things could have happened there.
They could have, definitely. Yeah. It's pretty lucky to have a shot on this 5.
It looks like he may run into the 8 again on this shot. Or he could slide by it. It's hard to tell from our angle. Oh boy, he used a lot of pocket there, but When they drop, they drop.
Yep, cued it well, and has a shot on the 6. If he makes it, the rack should be over and the match.
Oh boy.
Overcooked that one a little bit.
Yep. Has a little bit of work to do here. This is where an error can creep in because he's kicking himself.
Let's see how he plays this. Can either go 2 rails or...
Yeah, I like the 2-rail option.
Yeah, plays it well.
Come on, baby. Jeremy urging the cue ball on. But the hard work is done.
Yeah, doesn't want to be overstretching here. So just taking a little timeout, composing himself.
Imran, thank you for your expertise and good luck to you the rest of the week.
Thank you, Jerry.
May you have a fine tournament. Jeremy Jones. Ooh.
Ooh, this ain't the easiest of shots on the 9. I've seen these missed.
Boy, he shot that offhanded, but he really wanted to draw that back about 6 inches.
Yeah, see, I might have got the rest out there.
Jeremy put himself in the position of shooting this tester. But it's down, and Jeremy Jones has won a double hill match against Tony Drago, 8-7. Jeremy now with 2 wins in 2 matches. He looks very, very good. He'll certainly go through to the final 64. Tony Drago, well, his future doesn't look so bright. Here's that group as they stand now. Jones, the only undefeated player. Lou has won the only match he's played thus far. Drago has lost both of his, as has Siri Wirtz. So, a lot of drama still left in that match, in that group. Stay with us. We'll be back.